Hey guys, so this is a flip through of my journal for 2022. Um, I did not finish this journal. This is the same journal that you guys saw me set up not too long ago, so I'll probably skip a lot of the front. Um, but I initially had planned to try to do, kind of a setup for 2023, but since I didn't finish this journal, I'm still going to be in this journal for 2023. Um, so I didn't bother to do a new setup. I do have one thing that I will show you that's kind of for 2023, but otherwise it's going to be the regular scheduled program. So I'll wait until I actually start up a new journal to do those videos. For those of you who are wondering if you've followed the channel for a while or if you just know me personally, um, this year and last year, I kind of struggled to journal as frequently. Um, One of the major issues that I had or that I've been having is kind of more of like the work life balance situation. My most recent job that have started. I started about 2 years ago, and I like my job. It's just that the way it's structured is different than my job before, and so sometimes I have to do like on call shifts where I work significantly longer hours, and that just there's a lot more meetings, so there's a lot more people time, and I am a heavy introvert. Spending that much time with people is very energy draining for me. So I've just still been trying to get like a balance back together for um, finding time for myself. I have some ideas for 2023 that I'm hoping will help me get back in balance, so that I can spend more time journaling, more time working on the blog, uploading videos, you know, on the podcast, just all kinds of things like that. But as it stands, I definitely had a year of less journaling than normal. Though, arguably, I should add that I actually used 3 notebooks this year. So, you know what? I'm going to add all 3 of them in here because I think they're all within arm's reach, now that I'm thinking about it, so that you'll see that I didn't just use this one notebook. So that's another reason why I didn't fill up this entire book. You probably recognize some of these spreads from maybe journaling videos that I did or that I posted on my Instagram channel. Um, but yeah, there's some that are coming up, like this one. I have footage of doing this one and a few others like it. I do intend to go through the acronyms like SOAP, FEAST, REAP, all of those. I want to do a video about how to study the Bible using those. So I did some pages for examples, and I also have some bookmarks that will be available on my website as printables. So that's kind of a preview of something that will be coming out in 2023. I should be able to finish those videos in January, I hope. We'll see how things go. But this year was pretty good. My journal. I'm happy with this journal. I just wish that I'd gotten to spend more time in it. Um, oh, let's skip the page. There we go. Definitely had a lot of fun, a lot of good studies. The ones that did make it in here. This is actually a documentary, The Patterns of Evidence, the Exodus. It's actually a very interesting documentary. It's on Amazon Prime, I believe, if anyone is curious. And these pictures, I find things like this on Pinterest. There are a lot of pictures that are done in the style where it has some sort of biblical text in it. This is the model prayer. They're not exactly perfect because sometimes I do make mistakes as I'm writing, and I think there is a mistake in this one somewhere, but they're really fun to do if you like art or you like coloring. I always start them nervous that they're not actually going to happen. I'm gonna come back to this 23s and 2023 page at the end of the journal, or maybe we'll see. That's basically what I'm gonna do in 2023. Credits to Jashi Koren, which is where I got the idea from. She is a bullet journaling YouTuber here on YouTube. And I caught some of her, what to do in 2023 or themes for 2023. And she had this idea. She does this every year where she comes up with like 23 things for 2023 or 22 things for 2022. And it's basically a list of things that you would like to do that many times. So it's a list of 23 things that I would like to do 23 times in 2023. And I thought that was kind of a cool thing. It made me think of the quote from Philippians 4:8 that tells you to basically meditate on things that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable. And to me, that's something that's telling you how to form habits. So I was thinking about things that I wanted to journal about, things that I wanted to, use to help my faith in 2023 that would help me set good habits. And that's where this list came from. So some of these are things that you could kind of imagine for a war binder, like 23 prayers for my family, 23 prayers for my friends, 23 prayers for strangers, things like that, where just listing out prayers for different people other than myself. Some of them are a little bit more like study based. So I have 23 books to read, which I showed. I have created that page already where I have like a list. I have a list of books that I would like to read in 2023. And I have other books on a list too. Those are the more faith-based books that I chose. And then I have a separate list that are not faith-based books. So we're going to see if I actually read all these books in 2023. But, things like that. Prayers, ways to give back to the community, symbols to study, things like, gratitude lists, things like that. That's what I included in my 23s and 23. So, I made it to, I guess, 65 pages so far. Usually, I don't remember how many pages are actually in this notebook. It's probably a good, like, 100 and something, 150 or so in here. Usually I will fill up a notebook like this size in about 8 months, but I did not. And that is because I have been using multiple notebooks. So I've also been using this one. You guys have been seeing this. This is, sorry about the glare. This is the notebook I've been using for our Breakfast and Bible series for the Women of the Bible. I can't remember. I think I put my how I created this on the channel, so you guys probably have seen some of this, but I'll just flip through it anyway because this is also from this year. I did one of these flip outs. These are all the verses on women, and these are just some stickers that I created using Pixton Pro. They're also printed before I got my printer that prints stickers well, so don't judge the quality of them. This was kind of the theme for the series. I actually have a video on the channel. The preview for the series goes through this, and we'll get through all of these people at some point. Some of them we've already talked about. And then I just went through. So there are pages for each episode we did. So we did the creation, purpose of women. We talked about submission, and so there's some pages on that. Page on Huldah. We talked about Jezebel, Leah, Abigail. I actually like that page a lot. This is the series that we just finished on sexual assaults. So I have all of those pages in here. I don't know why I didn't put these. I guess because they're all specifically about a topic. I made its own notebook. Also, this is a lot easier to show on camera than the bigger notebook. So that's why I created it for the Breakfast of Bible series. And then I have this one other notebook. I did not use this in December, but I started this, I think, in July. I kind of just wanted to bind a notebook, and that's where this one kind of came from. Please don't mind my cat. And so I had a lot of fun. I put these little charms on here, so it has like little letters that have my name on it. It says faith, hope, and love. I definitely went through creating this on the channel because I remember talking about this paper and stuff, but I've been using this notebook as well. I wanted to use it as a daily devotion notebook and separate out daily devotions from my everyday thing. When I do create another notebook, I probably will put them all together, but that is what happened here. I think I intended to use this as a table of contents, and I just never filled it out. But yeah, I started in July with the book of Daniel and started doing some stuff here. Did like a little flip thing to remind myself of my color scheme. And every day I just read some subset of Daniel, and I went through, this notes on like each verse and some points and things. I really did like this sunflower theme. It came out pretty well. I was actually shocked. I didn't think I'd be able to draw sunflowers. So again, I guess technically if you added all this together, I probably did actually journal as much as I normally do. It's just really hard to see because it's spread out over these different notebooks. This one was hard, though. The everyday thing was fun, and I really liked it. And I liked these cohesive themes that tied it together. But my problem was if I picked a bad theme for the month, then I had trouble for the month. So Daniel was pretty good. I liked the theme. I liked, it was easy to go through the book of Daniel. August was good. I liked this bee theme. It was cute. Once again, I have a flip out to remind me of what colors to use throughout the notebook or throughout the spreads to keep the theme going. And, I had fun with these. These were simple enough to draw and to come together. Things like this are printed stickers, in case anybody's wondering. I did not draw that. But, it was very simple because it was just like read some portion of Daniel when you wake up and go through it. This will eventually make it to the blog where I have notes on each book. I just haven't typed any of this stuff up. But, that was really simple and I really liked it. And so as you can tell, I was pretty consistent. Each day I missed some days between the 21st and the 24th. But for the most part, I was pretty spot on at maintaining it. But when I got to September, I chose a theme that I didn't really like and things kind of fell apart. So here's September. I didn't even bother to do this page. I don't think I did is there a swatch? Is there actually a swatch in here? Yeah, I did do the color swatch, but I didn't actually decorate this page. I went with this kind of like 90s shapes and colors type of a theme. And I thought it would be cool and I thought it would be simple because it's just shapes. But when I actually went and did it, I actually thought it looked bad. Whatever this is, that like this is so busy, and I didn't actually enjoy it. It was a little hectic. It didn't sit right in my spirit. So I ended up not actually doing a whole lot in September. And then I moved to October. This turned out really well. This was so difficult for me. The first time I drew it, I didn't draw it perfectly center, and I was like, that's fine, that's fine. I'm not a perfectionist. But then because it wasn't perfect, like the angles weren't perfect, I couldn't draw the little cars because they were too close together or they were too far apart and it looked weird. So I had to redo it, and this I actually had to this is not actually drawn on this page. I had to draw it on a different page and paste it over the first one where I messed up because it was just too much to erase. But I liked this theme, and I thought this kind of like um, the like a county fair type of a theme. I thought it was cute, and I thought I would have a lot of fun. I liked the kind of purple and gold uh, theme that, and then I used like tickets and balloons and stuff. Here's my color key. And my plan was to go through Ecclesiastes the same way I had done Daniel because it gives me something like concrete to be reading. And, it went okay. But again, it was such a complicated theme that drawing it out proved a little bit more difficult than I thought. I drew, these balloons, and I did, like a roller coaster thing, and it was just kind of difficult, coloring it in, and so this when I drew this, I didn't bother to actually color it in. I just kind of did like an outline. um when I actually went and did this part, I think the colors, it didn't match exactly, so I didn't have a pen that matched this teal perfectly. So as you can see, it gets a little bluer, and I didn't like how that looked together. I liked the greener teal. I don't know, guys. The aesthetics of it just didn't sit as well as it didn't carry into the pages as much. So once again, I had trouble continuing. Um, and what's funny is I think I actually did do Ecclesiastes 8. I just didn't write anything down. It might be written on my computer. I just never transferred it into the book. So I have that one like dangling thing. So then I came back in November and I was like, we're going to nail it this time. And this is absolutely beautiful. I loved this. I posted this on Instagram. I loved the way this turned out. I was proud of my artistic skills. Once again, color swatch. This is from Genesis 1:1. And I was going to do word studies this time, which is a little bit more difficult. Again, this is something that I would have normally put in the other notebook because I do word studies here, but I just wanted to choose a different word each day. And a lot of times I would just take like, a Bible verse and then pick a word in it. And it started out really well, but as you can tell, drawing in like these fish or this boat every time, like I was like, oh no, we're just going to have to doodle it. Don't know how I felt about that, but I did try to carry the water theme across the headings and try to make it, cohesive. And I do like this page, but it was a lot of effort. I kept it up for a little while. I ended up switching markers throughout. So that was one thing. This, I think, is my alcohol-based markers. This, I think, may be my Karen markers. I'm not 100% positive. And I think I have one where I might have done it in like colored pencil or something. But I kind of tried to switch it up some. And eventually that too kind of faded. I think with this one, this is another instance of where it was, like I said, my new job situation. I'm pretty sure I went on call on the 10th. And so I was working. I remember during this on call thing, we had a deployment as well. And I remember one of these days I worked from like 8 a.m. to 4 a.m., not 8 a.m., not, like not 4 p.m., but 4 a.m. the next day. So it was like a really rough week, and I just stopped. And then I think I just lost it. I never picked it back up for the rest of November. And then I did not do anything in December. Perhaps I will bring it back in January. I'm not sure. But this is another 56 pages. So I guess I do have like more than 100 pages total that I have been journaling throughout 2022. But those are my journals from this year. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully it gives you some inspiration for next year. Whoops. Well, we won't be bringing back volume 3 because it just fell on the floor. But good luck in 2023. I will still be journaling. And I guess I will still be journaling in 3 notebooks. So we'll see when those finish. And when they finish, I will show you guys a setup for a brand new journal at some point. But yeah, thanks for joining in. See you guys later. Bye.